It is January 23rd, 2024. Welcome to the Field Report. I just want to kind of give you an update on what is going on here at the Field Report. This is a new video camera. I'm very happy to say that it's working, and I like the quality of this video, and I hope to learn more about videography in the coming future. So this is a test for me and just an update on what I'm going to do in the future. When I say future, today, just for today. If you're feeling lost and you're not sure where this channel's going, let me just say this. I've been feeling kind of like some ambiguity on what exactly I'm going to be doing for the future of this channel. And the reason being is because I'm waiting for an answer that I will be sponsored by the VA. I am a veteran. This is a veteran operated channel, and there's only so much I'm allowed to do and say in order to coincide with what is appropriate. So I'm allowed to touch on topics, faith, God, country, and family, more or less. So if you're wondering what it is I'll be discussing, it's going to be brief and to the point. So when we talk about God, country, and family, that covers pretty much what I've been sharing. I wanted to do this test show only because I wanted to see the video and also discuss what the future of this channel will be like. In the meantime, I started out with some questions of my own about faith. Where am I? Am I lost? Am I feeling that struggle between the world and what's important to God? Because a lot of the topics I've been covering are worldly topics, and they're not all pertaining to faith, because my faith comes first before discussing discuss topics, that is. And I want to talk about my faith more. I think there's a yearning in me to discuss my faith. And I've been watching some other channels that are, well, they're pretty much anti-Trump Christians out there that are not for Trump. And I'm not saying I'm for or against Trump. That's not what I'm saying. Not saying that you should be or you shouldn't be. I think that the fact that Trump is doing a good job so far, his approval rating is 56%. And I think that it's important right now. We need leadership, and we've been lacking leadership for a while. So I am looking for something like a leader. I'm not looking for a Christian evangelist as a president. And I think that's what most Americans are looking for, is a leader, not a Christian evangelist. And I am confused a little bit about this topic, about what Christians are looking for in a president. He does pray. He is Catholic, more or less. I am assuming. I don't know. He professes to be an evangelical Christian, so I'm not sure where the Christian community that I have been watching these feeds come from. But they're calling him the Antichrist, and I am confused and a little perplexed by these topics. So I want to address this first and foremost. We need leadership in this country, and we need leadership to tackle some very hard-hitting, difficult topics right now, especially what happened to the people in Western North Carolina, to Afghanistan, to what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on as far as our overall country. I don't know how, I could be here for a while listing some of the concerns that some of us have as veterans, as members of the community in our cities, in our streets, as far as what's going on at the border, I mean, we could go on for a while, but when it comes down to your faith, I think that there's a religious factor that a lot of people get into that it's just gets under my skin a little bit. And I think that there's some religious people out there, including a lot of evangelical Christians, that are a little annoyed and they're going to another level. And I just want to tell you, I support Trump's decisions. I don't always, I was on the fence about Trump. I wasn't always fully on board about a lot of the things that Trump did. He was the one who decided on Operation Warp Speed. He was not my favor. He was not my first choice for a while. But his decisions as a leader, I support. So when people say Trump is this and Trump is that, as far as him being the Antichrist, I just have to back away from those kind of comments, because we're not going to get a conversation started that way. And the conversation is shut down. You can't get news topics that way, and you can't get into a religious debate with those people, because they're not going to talk about the real topics that we're trying to discuss here at the Field Report. We need to have an open dialogue and not shut down the conversation. So with that said, let's talk about our faith. What I do on, uh, I try to do at least weekly. You can do this monthly. Is you don't have to do it every day, but you should at least get the full armor of God on. So um, what I've been talking about is having journaling and planning. And I try to make it a habit. Like I said, you don't always have to do this every day, but like I try to make a habit I have in my schedule. I have this Bloom journal. I put stickers on it because I didn't like the cover. So I put a collage of stickers on it. So instead, I make all kinds of my own decor on it. But hey, the planner works, and I have all my important papers in it, and I have my appointment books. It's basically an appointment book. But as you can see, my schedule fills up really quick during the week. I'm in job training. Um, I am assuming as soon as I go back to work, my plan to go back to work will be in February. So this weekly report will be effective as soon as I go back to work. So I'm going to eat up some time. As far as like Bible journaling, I really encourage you, if you want to get to reading the Word, this is the thing I've learned about Bible journaling. You got to get a good Bible, and you got to get the Bible that you're most comfortable with. But I would suggest get two Bibles. Get the one that you can read, and get a KJV. I get two of them. I got this CSB, and I put the tabs on, as I've shared before. I decorated it. I embellished it more or less with tabs, and it's already embellished as much as far as the font. And this is a really great Bible. But what I liked about the embellishments is, and I'll show you here in a second what I meant by embellishments, is that I went to Hobby Lobby and I found these markers. So it marks the pages that I read, and I want to remind myself to get back to that chapter. I think this is Proverbs 31, if I'm correct. Yeah, that's Proverbs 31. But the reason I say have a KJV is because one of the things about the CSB Bible here that I just showed you is that it's not a KJV. And if you're really into studying, get a study guide. If you can get a digital print offline, there are digitals that you can use to do a Bible study guide, and there are apps to help you study and do devotions. I have learned this through trial and error, so I'm saving you a lot of guesswork because I am not one of those people that's read the Bible through and through. It's nice to embellish, like I said, when I mean embellish your Bible, but you got to be able to read it and have ways to help you read it. Like when I embellish this, I got this sticker on TikTok, and it's great to have this and have a magnifying glass to read, because if you have bad eyes like me, you need some assistance or glasses or one or the other. But the point is that I want to be able to make it a little bit more easier to understand one, but the KJV is to back up what the original word meant. You could go as far as buying a Geneva Bible too. You could do that. You could get one on Amazon. It's not that expensive either. So I wanted to cover some things in the meantime as I've been talking about planners, Bible journaling, and what the future here is. And the future of the field report is to get into Bible studying, discussions. Sometimes we're not live because I don't have a big channel right now, so I can't go live. I would love to. If my channel grew, I would be able to go live. Please, I'm not knocking anybody for not. You don't have to like Trump, or let me say it like this. I'm reluctant to tell you this, but I know there's a lot of people that are never Trumpers. But they're evangelicals that think that Trump is the Antichrist. And I just want you to know that we're not going to get very far with that crowd. So I got to report the topics as I see it. And that's how I decided that I would like to make this channel about the topic and not the people. Exploit the topic, not the people. That's something my professor has shared with me a long time ago about how to discuss these topics without going down that rabbit hole, if you understand where I'm going with that. Please support me as a veteran by liking and sharing this blog. If you believe in what I'm doing here at the Field Report, I really appreciate you doing that. As for me, I'm going to log off here and park it here. God bless.